about Doechii tomorrow, but I ain't gonna have that dumb fat bitch. Sorry, she's not fat. That dumb bitch, that fucking botted fucking bitch. Dude, that fucking stupid smelly. She dropped from
Stop talking about the black queen.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. That bitch went from 60 million to fucking 20 million.
She blew up.
For what? From
making
what?
Music.
Cradling and balls? Like, what are you talking about?
Anyone seriously checked in on streamer Adin Ross, and the last time he was on everyone's radar was glued to Andrew Tate's old aura, blowing up Drake's phone over leaked pics, and popping up at infamous all-white mirror selfies in the bathroom like nothing strange was going on. All of this happened while he was openly clashing with California, acting cool and reckless at the same time. Now fast forward, and Adin is right back in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. This time, it's in beef with female rapper Doechii. And things spiraled fast after Adin started comments he threw out during a stream. The backlash hit hard, especially after he used difficult language, which didn't sit, and a wave of online commentators who immediately called it out. In response, Adin jumped online, claiming that Doechii actually started the whole situation, saying she came at him first and forced his hand. And this moment right here sets them for everything that follows. Because throughout this entire situation, Adin keeps being himself as the constant target.
Oh, dude, don't get me started on that bitch. Don't get me started on that industry plant. Don't get me started. You guys can say shit, whatever you want about me, but one thing about me is I'm not an industry plant. Fuck Doechii, the umbrella clip pissed me off. What an entitled, unintelligent piece of shit she is, bro. She's just the worst. She's a piece of shit. She stole someone that I used to know. She makes no good music. She's horrible. So fuck Doechii. Fuck Doechii. Fuck Doechii. Okay? She has zero talent.
The misunderstood one and the so-called victim in clash was his way. So when Adin claims that Doechii the first shot, it's exactly what he's pointing to. It all traces back to the verse of a song she recently dropped with SZA. She throws out lines calling industry hype fake, saying she sees certain people all over blogs and chats, and hinting at some streamers to rap for relevance. Those bars weren't subtle, but they also weren't name drops, which is where things get messy. She then flips the questioning why it's different when the it girl is black, saying that she worked non-stop and actually earned her spot on the. She talks about confidence, faith in herself, and how the constant noise from critics is just tiring and annoying. That's the verse, loud and unapologetic. Now Adin got personal. Based on how intense his reaction was in the clips coming up, you'd think I jumped a live stream or sat down for an interview and directly said Adin Ross with her chest. But that never happened. In reality, this song verse is the only thing she's put out that even loosely connects to him. While Adin keeps pushing this industry plant angle that's been floating online ever since her song, Anxiety, started gaining traction. And this kicks off another pattern you'll notice fast. Adin repeatedly leans on talk about having police, security, and protection on standby, basically daring anyone who took to test him. That's why his clip first feels shaky at best. What makes this whole situation even more strange is that if you rewind all the way to last year, Adin already had strong words for Doechii after Gala went viral.
So all these little dumb old heads, it wasn't towards that white boy.
Can you please stop talking about Doechii while I'm in the camera? They're calling me a
I don't just come at black women. I come at Mexican women, I call white women.
Like this, my nigga.
I call all women, I come at all dudes. Also, Joe Budden, you're a pussy. Fuck you. Let's link up. You know where I'm at. I got police with me too. I ain't gonna lie, Joe Budden, I got police with me and I'm in your city. What's good? What do you want?
That clip showed her interacting with service staff in a way that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And Adin didn't hesitate to weigh in back then. So from the jump, this back has always felt personal. It's one thing to say someone handled the situation badly or to share the opinion that they're an industry plant. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion. But the issue is that when Adin talks about Doechii, it almost always comes off heated, emotional, and way more aggressive than necessary. Just so we're clear, the clip Adin keeps referencing is the so-called a clip that circulated everywhere online. And honestly, it wasn't a good look for Doechii at all. She came off entitled, privileged, and people around her. A lot of folks believe how you treat service workers, waits, receptionists, or anyone representing a business says everything about your character, and that could gaslight public criticism, setting the stage for everything that followed. A lot of people believe the way you treat others is really a mirror of how you feel about yourself, and watching that clip, it's hard not to go way too high in that moment. To make it worse, her response didn't really help the situation at all. First, she posted a video brushing it off with jokes, saying things like, "God forbid a girl needs more umbrellas," trying to laugh it away. Then she switched tones. All jokes aside, and went on to her glam team and the LV team, talking about how proud she was and how long they'd been met. She also said the theme matched who she is and what she stands for. But none of that is how intense she came off in the original. She wrapped it by saying, "Everyone killed it," claiming they nailed the theme, tossing in an umbrella emoji like that everything over. And realistically, that didn't land well with a lot of people watching. That was pretty much the other he gave around that time back in May, when Adin had already been criticizing her. She even fired back with a short insult toward him, telling him to shut up, which only added more tension to an already messy situation. And just to timeline even heavier, this was also around last summer when Adin claimed he lost out on a massive endorsement deal because of comments he made about Doechii and Meg Thee Stallion while talking about the penis case. So yeah, aside from that first viral clip, most of this drama was already months ago. And now we're picking things back up after Adin reacted to Doechii's verse on New Year's Eve, a situation that never really cooled down in the first place. And to keep things up here, the main reason Doechii, a large chunk of her monthly listeners, is pretty simple. She had one massive viral hit with Anxiety, a song that was everywhere, and it's whether pick or paid or some between. That level of exposure brought in a flood of first-time listeners. Anyone who even played the song once during that period automatically counted as a monthly listener on streaming platforms. So once the song cooled off and its peak, it was only natural for those numbers to. We've seen this exact same pattern before, especially with Lil Nas X, when Old Town Road stopped dominating every playlist. Still, all of this ended up fueling Adin even more. He linked up with other internet personalities, including and to release a group diss track where the clear target was no concern about who the song was aimed. In his verse, Adin directly calls her out, accusing her of faking good views, saying things along the lines of Doechii is dirty and her numbers, making the attack loud and intentional on any side at all.
You know I'm a Jew, people with me. You know I'm a Sue. You know what to do. Fuck Doechii. Fuck Doechii. Fuck Doechii.
They even dropped a full music video for the track. He racked up 1 million views. And this is where things escalated to a whole new level. Top Dog stepped in. For anyone who doesn't know, he's the CEO of Tug Entertainment, which is Doechii's label. It's the same label that helped launch Mar's career back in the day, giving this situation way more weight than just internet drama. Most of his career was at label, and allegedly Top Dog ended up calling Whack 100 to pass along a message telling Adin to seriously cool it and stop pushing things further. That's when another voice jumped into the mix, and that was Glasses Malone, a well-known commentator in the hip-hop space who doesn't mince words. Glasses basically warned that this situation could move into a much more serious lane, saying that non-stop online disrespect can lead to real-world consequences. And instead of backing down, Adin doubled that only added more tent to the fire. What really stood out was the energy he was putting out there, saying things that sounded like he was daring someone to move, almost inviting trouble, while casually talking around people's names like it was all a game. That kind of tone, whether he realizes it or not. Adin likes to hide behind this image of being real and telling it like it is. But more often than not, it comes across like anger with no filter. To me, it feels less like confidence and more like an emotional outburst, similar to someone lashing out when they don't get away. Once again, he back on the same defense, and he talks less about everyone, so it shouldn't matter. Later that same night, he even called ass again and repeated the exact same talking points, refusing to take any responsibility for how his words were landing. And that's another shield to hide behind. He'll say things like he's just a streamer, or play himself off as some harmless kid online, when in reality, he's a 25-year-old grown man. Sure, he throws tantrums on ability and constantly, but age-wise and platform-wise, he knows exactly what he's doing. Not long after all this drama, Adin announced that he had to cancel a planned collaboration stream with a major NBA superstar. And according to him, it was tied to the backlash from his comments about Doechii. That alone shows how real Then Whack 100 stepped back into the picture. In a conversation that later circulated, he claimed that Adin would be donating $100,000 to small Black-owned businesses as a response to the backlash from the situation. Whether that was damage control or a genuine attempt to make things right, people had plenty to say about it. Now, personally, I think there's a bigger reason why Adin was so hard at Doechii. I believe it to his loyalty to Drake and his lingering frustration with Kendrick Lamar and TDE, stemming from a been dragging on for nearly 2 years now. Adin has always been vocal about supporting Drake, and that loyalty seems mutual. So to me, these knots at Doechii feel less random and more like leftover from that larger rap rivalry. And here's the ironic twist. While Adin keeps accusing Doechii of inflating her numbers, both he and Drake have reportedly been named in a civil lawsuit connected to the gambling platform Stake, where allegations and promotional practices crossed legal lines. That hasn't gone unnoticed at all. Allegedly, boosting streaming numbers through artificial methods has been part of the conversation too. Either way, I honestly think Adin's frustration with the TDE camp has been building for a long time now. At one of Drake's performances last summer, Adin was posted up on the side of the stage and even a chant aimed at everything without him needing to explain it. What's wild to me is that no matter how much more money Adin stacks up, he constantly puts himself in positions where he's clearly obsessed with power. It always feels like he's willing to say or do anything to stay in their good graces and inside their circle. That's put together a short compilation showing just how heated he's been with Kendrick over time. It wasn't random, and it definitely wasn't subtle. So yeah, my theory is that this whole situation has way more to do with that lingering rap rivalry than it actually does with Doechii herself. Do I think Adin has motives? Honestly, no. I think he's being reckless with his words, playing the role of a brand risk, and then acting shocked when companies don't want to touch him. At the same time, though, in my opinion, it doesn't pass the industry plant smell test. I do think there was a heavy push behind her music and age early on, but let's be real, that's pretty standard in the music industry. You can call it promotion, you can call it investment, but it happens all the time. Now, I really want to hear what you guys think about this entire situation. Drop your thoughts and let me know if you agree or disagree, and don't forget to like the video if you made it this far. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and share this with anyone who's been following this drama too.